Spanning 14 games with a 15th on the way, Final Fantasy is one of the longest series of RPGs, and definitely one of the most beloved. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Final Fantasy moments. For this list, we're looking at memorable scenes from one of the world's most beloved JRPG series, scenes with a strong emotional and narrative impact. We're talking about the iconic moments that have made Final Fantasy one of the most epic video game series in history. To no one's surprise, this list will be full of spoilers, but you've been warned. Number 10. Tantalus kidnaps Princess Garnet, or tries to. Final Fantasy IX. In what's probably the most comical opening to a Final Fantasy game ever, Zidane and his talented band of performers/bandits put on a play for Princess Garnet's 16th birthday, all with the intention of kidnapping her. Don't worry, it's not as sketchy as it sounds. It turns out that the princess is totally looking for a way out of her corrupt kingdom ever since her mother began acting strangely. This opening is theatrical, musical, and even a little bit romantic, as Zidane whisks Garnet off to start their whirlwind adventure. Number 9. Cecil becomes a Paladin, Final Fantasy IV.
Cecil, look out!
Stay back. This is a fight for me and me alone.
Even when the series wasn't sporting the flashy graphics it has today, it still managed some pretty awesome scenes. In Final Fantasy IV, you play as the Dark Knight Cecil, struggling to come to terms with the corruption of his beloved kingdom of Baron.
I'm a coward. A coward who cannot even defy orders he knows he ought not follow.
After climbing Mount Ordeals, he has his moment of catharsis. He cleanses the darkness from his soul in an intense battle against, well, himself, and emerges as a paladin, ready to strike down evil. It's a triumph moment for our hero, and a turning point in the story. Cecil just gained a level in badassery.
Forsake the darkness you once embraced, or the light will find no hope.
Number 8. Tietra's death, Final Fantasy Tactics. Kidnapping the girl is a tried and true tactic in every villain's arsenal, and poor Tietra was yet another dime a dozen damsel in distress for her brother Delita to rescue, except things didn't exactly go that way. Pursuing the Corpse Brigade to the Zeekden Fortress, Ramza and Delita's heroic rescue is complicated by the appearance of the Order of the Northern Sky. In the chaos, Tietra is killed by the treacherous Argath, and the fortress goes up in flames as Delita cradles his sister's body. Let's just say that he doesn't take it too well. Number 7. The Sorceress Parade, Final Fantasy VIII. The whole gang's finally together, and fireworks are going off in the skies above Daling City, all in celebration of one very special lady. Being the party crashers they are, Squall and his group of fellow Seeds are about to commit the ultimate party faux pas, assassinating the guest of honor. Yeah, we always knew that Squall wasn't exactly a social butterfly. In this high-tension sequence that closes out Disc 1, the party split up across the sprawling city to make sure his plan goes off without a hitch, climaxing in an epic confrontation with the Sorceress herself. Number 6. Infiltrating Don Corneo's Manor, Final Fantasy VII. The iconic FF7 has too many memorable scenes, some more dramatic than others. But who can forget the time our battle-hardened ex-soldier had to ditch the tough guy persona for one magical evening with the sleaziest man in Midgar. Thanks to Aerith's scheming, Cloud is forced into a dress and pigtails, among other things, in order to infiltrate the manor of Don Corneo, a wall market fat cat who happens to be looking for some company that night. Yeah, that kind of company. With the FF7 remake on the way, we can only pray to the planet that this scene remains untouched in all of its glory. Number 5. Galuf vs. Exdeath, Final Fantasy V. Years before the tragedy of Aerith, fans of Final Fantasy were no strangers to the heart-wrenching experience of losing a major party member. Galuf at least went out in a blaze of glory, taking on the game's big bad Exdeath one-on-one and coming closer to victory than anyone else so far. Of course, all of his friends, his granddaughter, and the world all had to be in danger before Galuf activated his hidden ass-kicking powers, but that's just the way things go. The kooky old man, who's been with you since the beginning of the game, bites the dust, but he doesn't go down without a fight. Number 4. Tidus and Yuna in Macalania, Final Fantasy X.
I always thought that this would be easier somehow. I thought that everyone would help me.
You can't help but feel for these two ill-fated lovebirds. After all, Yuna just left her husband-to-be at the altar, and Tidus proceeded to beat the crap out of him. That's how you know these two are meant to be.
Let's go to the sea. Before the sunrise.
At this point, they've been through a lot, and Yuna's about to make the ultimate sacrifice as her pilgrimage draws to a close. Tidus tries to convince her otherwise, but the two of them know that their ending isn't gonna be a happy one. In one of their last few moments alone, they share this tender moment, complete with romantic J-pop playing in the background. Do you think James Cameron played this game? Number 3. The opera scene, Final Fantasy VI. How do you get an airship? Why, you convince the ex-Imperial General in your party to put on a dress, learn to sing, and take the place of a famous opera singer. All in the hopes that a flying gambler will kidnap her and take her aboard his airship. This is, of course, all while thwarting the plans of an evil octopus. Yeah, I know it's a stretch, but when it leads to one of the most memorable scenes ever, who really cares? Final Fantasy VI gave us a full opera on the Super Nintendo, with complete movements, lyrics, and vocalizations. It's one of the best musical moments in video game history, hands down. Number 2. Kefka Destroys the Wol, Final Fantasy VI. If you've heard about Final Fantasy VI, you've heard of its maniacal, cackling court jester of a villain, Kefka. Aside from upstaging every villain in the series with his hilarious one-liners, he's also famous for accomplishing what every villain ever has tried to do and failed: ending the world. Even by today's standards, that's a gutsy move to pull off in the middle of a game's story. Just as your party thinks they're on their way to their final confrontation, the world splits apart, upheaving the game into a dystopian post-apocalyptic adventure. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Let's go!
Number 1. Aerith's Death, Final Fantasy VII. Sorry for the spoiler, though you have to have been living under a rock to not know about this one. It was the Masamune stabbing heard round the world. At the end of Final Fantasy VII's first disc, fans cried out in heartbreak as Aerith returned to the planet. I swear there's just dust in my eye. Visiting her homeland, the capital of the ancients, Aerith is ambushed by Sephiroth and impaled, with Cloud and the player powerless to stop it. Sure, Kefka may have destroyed the world, but murdering an innocent flower girl? That's just evil, dude. Emotional, cinematic, unexpected, and unforgettable, Aerith's Death is without a doubt our top pick. Do you agree with our list?
Not until the end.
What other moments from Final Fantasy deserve to be mentioned?
Right.
For more magical top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
And what so would you propose to do?